Alright, welcome to Electro. First things first, I realize that most of my YouTube watchers I can call, I guess, because you guys aren't really subscribers. I only have 4, so, at this moment. One thing that you guys all found very, very interesting was the Electro hub. I had it in the dead cat configuration. That was a big hit for me because I could hold a GoPro on it, under it, at least something. That's the blackout. This is probably the one I was using at the moment. I used to use this a whole lot. Now I'm not really using these bigger ones. I'm usually going for these smaller 250 size quads, and they're a big help. They go really fast in really small areas. Something, if you haven't looked into, I would recommend it. In fact, if you want, I'm selling this one for $400. It will come with everything except for the battery. It will also come with, well, your choice of either a Spectrum, Lemon RX Spectrum receiver, or even a FR Sky receiver and a controller. So it could come RTF, ready to fly right out of the box with a controller, or if you already have your own Spectrum controller, we can give you a receiver. It comes with propellers and everything. The board is completely configured to whatever it is, unless you get the Spectrum, then you get to do that all by your own. The FR Sky, that will come pre-programmed. Just open the box, put on some props, go get a battery and fly. That'll be very, very fun. Meanwhile, for why you all came, hopefully, to this video is the Electro hub. One thing that I did realize that was kind of bad about it, I do have it still. Woohoo! That's nice. This is the multi-Wii controller. It originally came with the Electro hub, and it was a pain in the butt to program. It only worked with the dead cat configuration. That was okay when I needed it, but I'm gonna set that right here. That was alright for at the very moment. Now I want to get into the fun parts of everything, getting it to work the way I want it to do. Like the X configuration, not just the dead cat configuration. So, took this off, put it aside. In fact, I had a problem, long story short, CC3D on the 250 size quad. That board was bad, so I ordered a new one, or at least I thought it was bad. I ordered a new one for it, realized that it was still good, so I put the first one on here, the new one on there, and then this one, instead of just a receiver, instead of one of these receivers, I'm using the satellite. I will have a whole nother video on that. It's a pain in the butt, but very, very fun in the aftermath. I did have a gimbal on this a while ago. Before you could even use it, the board for the gimbal, I'm not sure if you can entirely see that, but right there's a problem on it. It got smoked out. All these little chips. This one was frying when I was using it, and it would not work. That's a big problem for me. And now whenever I turn it on, it glitches out. But I had this simple little 2-axis gimbal that you just get from eBay, CNC lathe. It's a very, very good, strong gimbal. I like it a lot. And then I modified it with one of these. This is the top part of the gimbal, with a GoPro clip. And then at the very bottom of my quad, if you have a GoPro, you know this is from the actual package. When I got this, I just set this on here, clip it on there when I need it, and I fly with it, and it's very, very strong. Don't get me wrong there, it is incredibly strong. And on the off days when I'm not flying this, and I just want to film something incredibly steady, I use this. This is just a basically 2 painter sticks, zip tied a battery to it. This is a old clock that I use for time-lapse videos, and then this is on a truck. This is already DIY, and then I just hot glued it on there. And then I just clip this on there, clip this on the easy mount, and then it's hanging down from, so I clip it on, it's on there, and then I plug in the gimbal with the balance cable. You cannot get any more DIY than that, other than building your own physical gimbal. That was a pain in the butt to do, but it worked until I shorted out the main board, the motherboard of the gimbal. But yes, I'm using a CC3D board on here. The reason why I can't fly right now, not because of regulations or anything, it's because of this. All my propellers are broken except for one, and the reason is because I got a Bloody Wonder, and I'm using the propellers for my Bloody Wonder, and they keep on breaking because I crash into people a little bit too much. So once I fix that up, I'll probably be flying something here or there. I just wanted to use this video as most people have gotten the Electro hub and not known what to do because you're restricted a little bit with a multi-V board. So if you get the CC3D board, a whole new world is open for you. You can do X quad, any kind of quad formation, anything. Very, very good quad. If you are thinking about putting a gimbal on your Electro hub, just the normal version 1, I think they should call it. These little landing gear pieces, don't go out and get different modified landing gear pieces, especially if you're like me. Keep these for later, because then you can just take these, your old propellers. They should all relatively be the same size, hopefully. I go by this. I just zip tie that main circle onto that. So circle onto this middle part. And then this end piece, you just zip tie along there. And then you can get extended landing gear. And that will give you at least a little bit of room for your gimbal, which helps a ton. Yeah, it helps a lot. And then with the extra, I'm using the Red Fire motors, just the cheapest motors you can get for this quad. If you're like me and you're going for cheap and you're wanting a gimbal, don't get these motors. These motors are only good if you're wanting to go outside and fly a little bit. These motors are crap if you're trying to get a gimbal, because then you have to use a big 4-cell 3,300 milliamp battery, huge battery. And now I don't know where to put it because I had to take, I'm messing with stuff. I had to take the camera tray part off for the gimbal. And now I don't know where to put the battery. I'm thinking about just putting it up on top of here or somewhere, resting it in the back. But, yay, I don't know what to do now. That's a whole new ballpark for me. Once I start making a bit more money at work, I can start getting props and testing this stuff out again. Meanwhile, I've just been flying my little old 250 quad. Very, very fun. Speaking of the batteries for those, I'm going to be doing another video on the batteries, because I have 2 different types of battery I use for the mini 250 size quad. One's from Ready-Made RC, I believe, and then one of them's from E-Flite. Surprisingly enough, the E-Flite batteries, while they may not be they both give me about the same time, but the E-Flite gives me a bit more power. I don't understand that entirely, because it's got less of an output. I think 26 amp output right there. So that's interesting. I'll be doing a battery review on that. But meanwhile, stay classy. We'll have another video on the Electro Hub coming up in a few days, if not immediately. So, if you like this video, subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do. Stay cool. Eagle Pro out.